Hi and welcome to this episode of Travelmentary TV. As promised in the previous video, I'm going to show you my travel experience with American Eagle on my way from Los Angeles to Tucson, Arizona. Just as always, there will be a lot of aerial sightseeing to do here. But for now, I have summarized some basic facts about this flight. Alright, so my trip starts at LAX, and this is the check-in area. Now, I am an A Advantage Gold member, so apart from being able to use the priority check-in and some other perks, this status comes with free upgrades on flights under 500 miles. And this brought me into first class. However, what you don't get is access to a lounge. My solution for that is my Priority Pass membership, and so I decided to go to the Alaska Airlines lounge at Terminal 6. But I was not exactly welcome there because the lounge was simply too crowded. There is an alternative, but it involves a long walk. As said before, I am at Terminal 6 right now. My plan is to go to the Korean Airlines lounge at the Tom Bradley International Terminal because they also accept Priority Pass members. Alright, let's teleport ourselves to the lounge. So in my view, it was definitely worth visiting that lounge, but you need quite some time to get there and back to your gate afterwards. This is especially true if you fly from the regional terminal like I do today. Why? Because you have to take the bus from Terminal 5, which you see here, to get to the so-called Eagle's Nest. Okay, so the bus stop is right next to gate number 50B, and from there they have a shuttle bus to the regional terminal, which is exclusively used by American Eagle. Now, I was in a major hurry, so I was only able to take this picture. I think that's okay though, because there's not much to show here, frankly. Today's flight is operated by Compass Airlines. Their fleet consists solely of E175 jets. The cool thing about those birds is that there is a separate first-class compartment with super comfortable seats. Legroom is great, given it's a regional plane. On the side we have the tray table, which I'm going to use later. The ceiling features the usual reading lights and ventilation controls, as well as the button to call the flight attendant. So nothing new here. What did surprise me though was the blanket that I found on my seat. I also got a welcome drink, which you see on the left. But now it's time to fasten the seatbelt and to listen to the captain.
Flight time will be 1 hour from takeoff session, cruising at 31,000 feet. The latest weather conditions, light winds out of the west, clear skies, temperature around 97 degrees in Tucson. Folks, thanks for joining us, do appreciate your business, and be pushing back shortly. Welcome aboard.
Alright, so let me show you my usual taxi animation. We're at gate 52E at the regional terminal, just where the bluish rectangle appeared. From here we're going to taxi to runway 25 left. It has a length of 11,095 feet, making it the second longest at this airport. Well, and these planes are E175s, just like the one I'm flying with today. I added some annotations with a couple of facts. Those are not the only annotations you're going to see in this video. As always, we will do some aerial sightseeing with a lot of these animations for better orientation. And by the way, please don't forget to visit my blog where I write about my trips and where I share some more video content. You can also find me on Instagram. A lot of those multi-story buildings that you see from here are airport hotels. A little bit closer to us, you can spot some buildings that were originally used by Western Airlines, a company that merged with Delta Airlines in the late 80s. Right next to the air traffic control tower, we have the theme building, which is kind of a symbol of LAX. It has a futuristic architecture resembling a flying saucer that has landed. It was completed in 1961 and reflects the spirit of the space age. And at this point I had to adjust my gear, which explains why there are some odd camera movements in the footage. Okay, so in the foreground we see the construction site of the new midfield terminal as well as a FedEx facility. In the background we have the two runways and various neighborhoods of LA. At the very end you can catch a glimpse of Bel Air, which, unsurprisingly, has the highest median yearly household income of all neighborhoods of LA, something above $200,000. The area called Surfridge was once a neighborhood with a lot of homes, but they were all demolished in the 1960s and 1970s. As we are reaching our cruise altitude, there's one last landmark to show, Santa Catalina Island, one of the 8 Channel Islands of California. Due to the shortness of the flight, the onboard service is limited to some calorie-rich snacks and some beverages. But you can't expect more in such a short flight, not even in first class. There is simply not enough time for a full meal service. Now let's see what you can find in the seat pocket. Apart from the blanket that I put in there, there's all the usual stuff. 2 glossy but slightly superficial magazines, one of them called American Way, the safety card, and well, you know what it is. But that's about it. Now let's have a look at the beautiful state of Arizona.
To prepare for landing, please make sure that your tray table is closed at this time. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. Your seat needs to, at this time, be in the upright position. Please make sure all your larger electronic devices are stowed at this time. Secure your smaller handheld devices in your hand or in the seat pocket. Devices must remain in the airplane mode until after we have landed. We will be landing in Tucson shortly.
As we approach Tucson, you see some of the spectacular landscape that the state is known for, but also huge mining facilities like this one where they extract copper. And now we are approximately 10 miles airline from the airport, and there are some towns in the middle of the desert as well as a pecan plantation. Actually, I rented a car in Tucson and drove around a little bit, and that whole scenery appeared kind of surreal, but in a beautiful way. Anyway, we are landing in Tucson shortly, and we are going to do that on runway 29 right, which happens to be the longest of the 3 runways at this airport. Once again, we have a fantastic view of the mountains here. That's not all though. Next to us are some prisons, a lot of prisons in fact. One of them, the USP Tucson, is a federal prison that has seen quite some high-profile inmates. But that, of course, is not the reason why I spent a part of my vacations in Arizona. I will show you why in a bonus video very soon. It has to do with planes. Well, and as we are landing, I would like to thank you for watching my videos, and my special thanks go to all those people that share them on social media, which really helps to extend my footprint on YouTube. So thank you very much for doing that. I mean, I only do these videos on a just for fun basis without any expectations, but seeing my subscriber count going up is certainly an additional motivation for me to create new content. But now, let's enjoy the landing.
Welcome to Tucson, where the local time is 5:04 p.m.
Alright, we have arrived in sunny Tucson, and all we need to do now is to taxi to our gate, which will be B10. Bravo 10 is our gate of arrival today. Okay, so let me evaluate this flight with American Eagle. First of all, for a short flight on a small aircraft, the hard product was very comfortable, and I didn't even pay for it as I received a complimentary upgrade. However, you don't have lounge access, so you have to improvise here. Nevertheless, it was a good travel experience and I enjoyed the trip. So that's it for this time. The next video will deal with a train again, the Austrian Nightjet, a sleeper train which I tested on the route from Munich, Germany to Milan in Italy. I wish you a great day and see you then.